welcome back to the second episode that I would promise you at the beginning of the last episode. This one is very fun. Obviously, all my fans know, all the people that watch my channel know about The End of an Era, which is a book franchise that I started. It is on its fifth installment, but I do have plots and the casts for these episodes. And as you know, obviously, The End of an Era follows me and Tilly, who have married each other, in a story, and where we left off at the end of the end of an Era 4 was so it's plots for End of an Era. It's the plots and the casts of End of an Era 5 to 10. The next 6 installments, which I'll be writing. Okay, so End of an Era 5 is called A New Era, and here's the plot. Because I'll be looking down at it, because it's literally under phone screen, you won't see me speak, but you'll see the top of my head, which is going to be the biggest thing you'll see. But you'll probably be happy to see at least part of me. So, Tilly and myself, Jonah, Tilly and Jonah, in the last movie, opened the new West End Community College, but along with the opening of it comes Tilly and Bob Grande back into their lives. The last time they had seen Tilly and Bob Grande, it wasn't great, because Tilly Grande did kiss Jonah on purpose in front of Tilly, and Tilly felt really sad that her own boyfriend had kissed this new girl who happens to be the daughter of Ariana Grande. But Jonah did the right thing and chose his actual girlfriend, / the person he loves, over the person who kissed him for no reason. Tilly Grande is in the present asks for forgiveness, and Tilly accepts it. So the first year of the West End Community College goes really well, but will that be the era the same for the next 3 years? Find out in End of an Era 5, A New Era. We now have the cast, so it's me, Jonah O'Brien, Tilly Robertson, Garima Shershan, Joseph Parler, Tilly Grande, Bob Grande, Joe Robertson, and Garima Robertson are mine and Tilly's fictional kids. Joe and Garima Robertson are. And then there are 6, a new kid. Tilly gives birth to another kid, this time a baby girl, and she names her Sophie. Can Tilly and Jonah raise Sophie like they raised the other kids, Joe and Grima, or will they fail at it? Raising one child is easy. Raising 2 can be difficult, but raising a third with the first 2 still needing to be looked after, even though they are 17, is really difficult. But not for Jonah and Tilly. They did so well raising Joe and Grima that raising Sophie will be so easy that they don't even have to care about what Joe and Grima are doing. But still, there will be challenges in raising Sophie to be a great and well-behaved woman. What will the challenges be raising Sophie and running the West End and Community College at the same time? Find out in End of an Era 6. The new kid. Okay, so the cast is the same as before, but with Sophie Robertson as well. Myself, Jonah O'Brien, Tilly Robertson, Green and Shashan, Joe Sampala, Tilly Grande, Bob Grande, Joe Robertson, Green Roberts, Sophie Robertson. Okay, Tilly End of an Era 7 is called Back in Action. Here is the plot. Tilly and Jonah still have Sophie to look after, but they can get back in action starting with the second year for West End Community College and its students, and finishing with the reopening of the West End Community College outside theme park, now open to the public and the families of the kids that go to West End Community College. But with the second year being possible, they still need to look after Sophie, who is now a year old. But can they juggle both at the same time? Again, find out in End of an Era 7, Back in Action. Okay, the cast is the same as End of an Era 6. Jonah O'Brien, Tilly Robertson, Grima Shashan, Joe Sampala, Tilly Grande, Bob Grande, Joe Robertson, Grima Robertson, Sophie Robertson. And End of an Era 8 is called Life of a Superhero. Here's the plot. The West End Community College is in its third year out of 4. Jonah and Tilly remember back to when they were younger and they became the Gordon School Power Rangers with their friends, and they needed help from the Avengers, the Pony Rangers, the New Steel Rangers, the Dino Charge Rangers, the Shadowbolts, the Legend of Everfree Camp Counselors, the main MLP Movie Gang, the Game Shakers, the RPM Rangers, the Skylander Friends of the main 6, and Discord to defeat Thanos and his children, the MCU villains, the made-up villains, the Ninja Steel villains, the Dino Charge villains, the Dazzlings, the Storm King, Principal Cinch, the MLP villains, and Vengic. After they remember back to that time, a portal opens, and out of it comes Wolf, Martha, Scarlet Page, Josh, Ben, Charlie, George, and Bob, George from Travers, and Bobby. Who had come to tell Tilly and Jonah that some amazing news, that they had got the Gordon School Power Ranger Morphers back. So have they. Jonah and Tilly are surprised because it was what they were actually talking about. Then out of another portal came Raymond Ash, Pinkie Pie, Twilight, Fluttershy, Applejack, Rarity, Spike, Sunset, Starlight, Freezeblade, and Nightshift, Spyshake, and Gorilla Butler to tell Jonah, Tilly, and their friends that they have got the Pony Steel Morphers back, and that they had to face a new threat, and this is some creature called Queen Shabra Rek Rarelop Moon, a mixture of Queen Chrysalis, the Pony of Shadows, King Somber, Tirek, Nightmare, Rarity, Sven Gallop, and Nightmare Moon. If you didn't hear how I pronounced it, the mixture between them, it's Queen Shah Bra Wreck Rarelup Moon. If you want to know what it is. Can the Gordon School Power Rangers and the Pony Steel Power Rangers stop another threat together as a team again, or will they fail for the first time together as a team? Find out in End of an Era 8, Life of a Superhero. The cast is Jonah O'Brien, Tilly Robertson, Joe Sampala, Wilf Moore, Scarlett Jones, Martha Ryder, Paige Daniel, Josh Berry, Ben Kitchen, Charlie Rose, George Matravers, Bobby Caldwell, Finn McCarthy, Wayman Dash, Pinkie Pie, Twilight Sparkle, Furshite, Applejack, Rarity, Spike, Sunset Shimmer, Starlight Glimmer, Freeze Blade, Night Shift, Spy Chick, Gorilla Butker, Pony Shadows, Queen Chrysalis, Sin King's Ensemble, T-Rex, Nightmare Rarity, Sven Gallop, Nightmare Moon, Queen Sharbar Wreck, Rarelup Moon. End of an Era 9 is called The Supernatural. And as you can tell, it's going to be a horror-themed story. And you're going to go, because this is a flashback. Because a normal day in Gordon's school. And remember, by the time of the other movies, this Gordon's school was completely demolished. So you hear at the end why it's still around in this plot. Turns into a day of nightmarish proportions when a supernatural force overtakes it and starts turning other Gordon School students into living supernatural zombies. But luckily, 11 from Stranger Things is there to help, with Mike Wheeler, Will Byers, Dustin Henderson, Max Mayfield, Lucas Sinclair, Chief Jim Hopper, Nancy Wheeler, Jonathan Byers, Steve Harrington, Joyce Byers, Robin, and Erica Sinclair. I'll read out my Stranger Things series with My Pony and Gordon School, and my Pony and Gordon School Stranger Things movie as well. But the rest of the plot. Can they work together for the second time in a week? So this takes place after the movie and the series. After the movie, not after the series. The series takes place after this moment. Can they work together for the second time in a week to stop this supernatural force? And what will the supernatural force be? Find out in the End of an Era 9. The supernatural takes place in the. And here you go. This is confirmation. The reason why Gordon School is in this plot. It's because this movie takes place in the past, when Gordon School was still around and when Jonah and Tilly were 16. And then the cast is Jonah O'Brien, Tilly Robertson, 11, Mike Wheeler, Will Byers, Dustin Henderson, Max Mayfield, Lucas Sinclair, Chief Jim Hopper, Nancy Wheeler, Jonathan Byers, Steve Harrington, Josh Byers, Robin. End of an Era 10 is called The End of an Era. I'll explain to you why and this is not the ending, but you'll see why at the end. It is the final movie for now in the End of an Era franchise. I might do more, but on with the plot. Jonah and Tilly now have 3 kids, 2 22-year-olds, Joe and Greema, and 1 3-year-old, Sophie. Tilly is just about to have a 4th kid as well, which she's probably going to name David, just 'cause. What will happen in the end of a very long era for Tilly and Jonah? Will it be nice? What will happen in the end of a very long era for Tilly and Jonah? All these are at the end it's questions. Will it be a nice ending or a bad ending? Who will join West End Community College in the 5th year of it being opened? Will there be any new additions to the community college? So any new rooms? Will it be expanded? Find out what could happen in the possible end to the End of an Era franchise in the End of an Era 10, The End of an Era. So, So, put down in the comment section if you think I should do a few more of these End of an Era franchises from the End of an Era movies stories from the plots of End of an Era 5 to 10. Put it down in the comment section your thoughts if you think I should do more. But that's going to be it for this episode. But just to end it off, I'm going to read out the cast for this movie, and the cast is completely the same. It's Jonah O'Brien, Tilly Robertson, Garima Shoshan, Joseph Napalo, Tilly Bob Grande, Joe Robertson, Garima Robertson, and Sophie Robertson. But that's it. Subscribe to my channel. But that's it for this episode. Subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, like the video, like the video. And but until next time, this has been Gibby O'Brien, hosted by myself, Jonah O'Brien. Until next time, this has been it for the video. Bye. Peace.